Guys, I can summon a flesh golem for 20 seconds! What is up, guys? Mcdoubles back here with a brand new video, and today I've got more Necromancer gameplay all the way to level cap on the Conquest of Azeroth beta, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's jump right in. Holy shit, guys. There's a cultist right here, and I just happened to notice he had this guy following him. So he can actually take control of an NPC using a spell, Bend Will. It's a curse. And he's super intelligent because he took the most annoying creature in the entire Barrens, the Conjure Storm. We all know this guy sucks. They cast that little thing that you just saw. It's like a hurricane, and you die. You get like literally 2 or 3 shots. It's crazy. So he literally went and claimed one, and he's using it to help him quest. Dude, that's like the smartest thing I've seen so far. This guy said he had a 59 elite, bended to his very will, but they caught him and they nerfed it. He also said sub with your Twitch Prime, but I'm not streaming on Twitch. But what you can do, hey, here's a little segue. Thank you so much, Querico. Go ahead and if you want to become a member of the channel, you could become a nugget, bro. Oh yes, of course you want to do that. You can get some emojis, right? And you can get some other things too, like exclusive community posts where you can find out stuff early and get some hints on future videos and ideas and builds, and some little badges that change depending on how long you're subbed. So you know what? Do that. Thank you, Querico, for allowing me to plug myself without any shame. So we're continuing the Necromancer all the way to 30 in this video. I just got a new spell at the end of my last video that you guys wouldn't have seen, and it's called Raise Flesh Golem. So it's going to give me kind of like a Voidwalker-esque type of pet, but this dude hits like a truck. Now, it's important to keep in mind that I've learned that in PvP at low levels, Necromancer is very vulnerable, and the only way to get kills is basically raising your Skellies and raising your Flesh Golem, and they do all the work for you. And of course, knocking people up with Ice Quake is pretty freaking awesome as well. And I really enjoy that. But Chill Touch is very weak, Flesh to Worms is super duper weak, and Feed is basically pointless because of how little health it gives you. Maybe it should give double the health that it steals, kind of like a Vladimir type of thing from League of Legends maybe. But regardless, I'm only level 15, so I can't really make these judgment calls yet. All I know is what it plays like now. But what I do want to show you is the A-Bomb, or the Flesh Golem, using the A-Bomb model. Now, one thing I've seen is that he actually has a hook, okay? So he'll hook targets to me. Although the hook seems to be random, even though it says if you're targeting an enemy when you summon the golem, it will hook the enemy towards itself. I've also watched the golem just randomly hook things. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm going to be doing my first dungeon with the character in RFC right now. And we have Skada, so we can see how the DPS looks. Okay, the prediction I have is that we're about to be completely overpowered. Watch. All I've got to do is build up a bunch of runic power. Of course, everything's dying. Okay, we're summoning all of our guys now. I'm only being beat by one person, but I think the bigger the pool and the more runic power, the more I'm going to scale, and I think I'm going to scale way past my opponents, or I should say my team. I want to summon the big boy. Even he taunts, but I think it should be fine. Also, notice how he didn't pull anybody. They've got to fix that, because I know the pull works. I've seen it. It's just not pulling when he's supposed to pull. Okay, I dotted everything, and we're just going in for the chill touch, and we'll summon some Skellies. Yeah, this is good. We're in first. This is great. Oh my god! Mara beat me at the end. It's fine. I haven't even achieved my full power yet. You just wait. 15 levels to go. And then we'll truly know how a Necromancer is doing right now in the alpha. After that, we have to pick a new class. And I already got some really cool ones in mind. So that's my damage without the summons. You can see it's a big difference. Literally double. There we go, level 16. You have learned a new spell, Ghoulify. Transforms the enemy into a ghoul, forcing it to wander around for 20 seconds. Really? So I'm just building runic power and taking a hit on the DPS charts because we're level 16 and nobody should care. And I'm gonna wait for a bigger pull and go hard. This guy has a party hat. Can I have one? Can somebody send me the RuneScape party hat? Because I don't understand why I don't already have that, if I'm completely honest with you. Wait, I can turn the Earth Borer into a ghoul? Okay, that can't be right. While wandering, the ghoul cannot attack or cast spells, but it regenerates. It's literally poly. Any damage will put it back in normal form. One target at a time. Okay, it's not quite just poly, right? Unless this is exactly what poly can affect. But it affects beasts, humanoids, and critters, and that's it. No dragons, demons. You know, that demon's a pretty common creature type, so that's not the best. Let me just do this Searing Blade cultist. Interesting, and they're just there. Pushing the limits, right? We upped how many people we pulled. I may have pulled the, you know, all the other guys. You know, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Point is, I did it because we needed to challenge ourselves, right? And as you can see, I came in first place DPS, summoned all of my ghouls, and we just went ham, man. And it worked, and it worked well. And that's the confirmation that I needed that, yeah, Necromancer is probably going to be really, really good for dungeons. I mean, think about when you get into Mythics, right? And like Mythic Plus, which is in Ascension, by the way, so it will be in Conquest of Azeroth. That's probably the most exciting part about this whole class thing is the PvP and PvE at max level. But yeah, you can just imagine, like, you're summoning all these dudes and just doing absolutely stupid damage, and it's just so fun. By the way, we have a Rune Master, Pyromancer, Sun Cleric, me of course a Necromancer, and a Reaper right now in our party. So that's what we're competing with and playing with, right? If they're not a DPS. Mara is the only other one that's really catching up to me here, and that's the Rune Master, which we've talked about already. That's a really strong one. They go between fire and frost damage. They're a literal, like, spell blade. Look how fast Taragaman the Hunger is going to die. Like, I don't even have time to gain runes. Dead. Cursed Fellblade. Okay. What if Flesh to Worms gave, like, 1 runic power every time it ticked? So that's every 3 seconds. The idea would be that multi-dotting would be quite decent for just giving you a little bit of, you know, residual runic power. I'm only biased because I just have one way to build it right now, and it's on a really long cast time. I want to be proven wrong to where it won't matter, and I most likely will be. I also hope it's not easy, though. Does that make sense? Like, I want things to have a skill cap or a skill ceiling. All right, we're summoning more dudes. Okay, we came out of that pretty decent. I didn't get to summon everything and stuff like that. I couldn't build the runic power fast enough. It's true, I am. Look, dude, he freaking chunked that enforcer. The tank did. Just insta. All right, second place. I'll take that for just chill touch spam. Robes of Evocation. All right, we're gonna be competing for this. Let's see if we can get it. 3 people. Aha! Yes! 4 people and I won! Streamer privilege! Streamer privilege! It happened! Oh my god, the luck. Imagine how lucky I am. Think about it. Like, really. So one thing I just realized, and I didn't expect this because, again, you have to admit, typically fun things in WoW aren't usable on players. But this Ghoulify thing, I think it might actually be usable on players. Just like a normal poly. Just like a normal poly. Let's try it on good mood. Okay, this good mood guy in the back, he's getting ghoulified. He doesn't want to get ghoulified, but he's getting ghoulified. Are you kidding? It worked! Did you see it for a second? It worked! Alright, Bullseps, get ghoulified. What? Guys. He got ghoulified! I'm getting completely destroyed right now with these line of sight like problems. People are going so hard. People are going so hard, man. Pyromancer looks fun, dude. That's what this guy is. With the Phoenix Blessing. 10% increased int. 3% of my maximum mana regenerated every 5 seconds. It seems balanced. Alright, Ghoulify. Yes! He's a ghoul! He can't do anything! Oh, it's a disease. Wow. I'm feeding. I just need the health. What is that guy? Oh, it's a son of Aragold. There's nothing I can do. I have to take it. Yeah, I have to take it. Honestly, Ghoulify has some intense flavor. I mean, you're a necro, so it makes sense that you can turn people into the undead. Or the dead, I should say, but you know what I mean. You raise the dead, okay? I'm just feeding off this one guy, and it's actually working. Gotcha. It's actually working, man. Oh, no. Can I feed off you? He has 44 health. It's not a joke. Look at that. Oh, he got me. What did he get me with, dude? Death Sentence hits Mcdoubles for basically 88. Wow. Level 18, by the way, guys. I'm gonna feed off that guy. Just watch. 46 health. Look, it's Big Homie Kang, the only other Necromancer. He's gonna die, man. I have been winning the Necromancer 1v1s, by the way. I'm not actually sure how, if I'm honest with you. Like, I wish I could tell you it's because I'm a really good player and I'm better than all the Necros, but I really don't know why I'm winning. I must be using things in a better order, but even then, I'm not exactly sure, so I won't lie to you, but I have been noticing that. All right, Ghoulify. Oh, yeah. It's Big Homie Kang, and he has to die. Why? Because he's a necro, okay? We don't accept your kind around these parts unless they're me. There we go. Knocked in the air. Oh! Big damage! Dude, Bullseps. Oh, God. Look, it's A-bomb time. Go, A-bomb. Go, 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 go. By the way, it didn't pull him. Oh, my God, no. Hail of arrows. Die! Oh my god, Hail of Arrows is so broken. You can see the A-bomb didn't pull my target and also didn't run towards him immediately. If it did, I would have won every time. One thing I've noticed is that those ranger builds are just using one ability and killing me from max with just the one ability. Look at this, quick shot. What is going on, man? Quick shot, quick shot, quick shot, quick shot, quick shot, quick. It never stops. It's he used that and that's it. It was a part of the hail of arrows. That's crazy. That is absolutely absurd. Guys, I just saw a little hotfix. They actually buffed Chill Touch. It now generates 15 to 20 runic power. My recommendation, of course, was 20. Okay, fine. I think this makes sense because they're probably testing the waters with the numbers. It could be that 15 to 20 is fine. Could be just 15 is better. Could be that 20 is the best. We'll only find out from playing, right? But I'm glad they're taking player feedback into account. He was getting wrecked by my A-bomb for like a split second there. Look, it gave me 20 and I got an instant thing off. And oh my god, yes. I'm actually... I ghoulified the hail of arrows! No! 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 Die! Die! Please die! Oh my god, you potted. You bastard. You potted, man. I didn't get enough. See, that's where it screwed me. I didn't get enough runic power to get off a feed there, or else I would have won. I still think 20 is the way to go, because it lets you actually, you know, use your 20 runic power combos. I'm just gonna go hard. I just freaking spawned. We're having a fight. Let's just summon the whole army. Look, I got another dude summoning his army, too. Look at our Skelly armies, man. What is going on? This Bullseps guy again. Get knocked into the air. Get knocked into the air. Oh, no. This Stacks person, man. They are literally stealthing and going out of their way to kill me. This is why I need to use a different name. Yeah, I did have a huge army of skeletons. And I could really summon them, right? Let's go. All right, Razorized. All my Skellies are gone. By the time I get into the fight, all my Skellies are gone. All right, it's big homie Kang. Get knocked into the air. Get fed on. Oh, yeah. No! Get fed on. No! Who was... Oh. The cavalry was behind me. It just wasn't my cavalry. I was winning, though. I want to put it on the record. There we go, boys. Look at this. The Guardian has Inspiration, reducing the damage taken by him and nearby allies by 5%. Okay, so we're level 18 on the Necromancer, and I just want to show once again just the basic way of playing it. So you got to put up your flesh to worm, right? After you put up your flesh to worms, you have the ability to feed on your target, which can be used while casting other things. So I'm casting Chill Touch, I still fed, and it died. 118 damage right now. I have gotten a few more pieces of gear like the Emberstone Staff and the Robe of Evocation, Smelting Pants, and Gold-Flecked Gloves. So I'm doing, you know, appropriate damage, I think, for a level 18, and it just feels good. And I can do like that as well with the Ice Quake for some instant damage and just hit really, really hard. Now, other options you have would be obviously summoning Skellies, right? So I have 2 Skellies here. I can dot this guy and just watch the Skelly damage. They do all the work, man. I don't actually have to do anything. And that's actually very fun because I'm a Necromancer and it should be that way. And of course, Razor Ice, your buff, also buffs your Skellies and your Abomination. Now, from what I can see, this 1.5 minute cooldown Raise Flesh Golem is basically the strongest spell that I've got. If I can use it, I can win instantly. The pet AI still needs to be worked on a bit, but the fact of the matter is, I'll go ahead and charge up enough runic power and I'll show you the Flesh Golem, and you'll be able to see the power very quickly if you haven't already, right? All right, let's go ahead and use the Abomination on the Sunscale Screecher. So you use it. I'll dot this guy as an example. Look at his damage. 194. He hit it twice there. Now, some people have actually called for an A-bomb nerf in this like 1 to 30 bracket already. I'm not so sure. I'm going to play everything before I start calling for nerfs, but I won't lie. It would probably feel bad to insta-die to a Flesh Golem. But hey, that's the whole point of Alpha, right? It's like we have to figure out the balance. But yeah, so far, that is how a Necromancer plays. And I believe I get a brand new ability in just 1 more level. So, you know what? Let me go ahead and collect 2 more Raptor heads, turn these quests in, and see what we get. All right, here we go, guys. Level 19. Harvest Plague. Plague the target, siphoning 27 to 30 health from the enemy to the caster? Oh, every 2 seconds for 14 seconds. Oh, that's my longevity. That's my way to stay alive and heal. That alongside feed. I like it. Okay, I should die, and then I will be reborn as an undead, as a direct result of Spoonmancer and his brand new ability. All right, let's see it, guys. They can't use it in combat. So I just got this ability, by the way, and we're about to become it, right? Call of the Scourge brings a dead player back to life with 2200 health, 1650 mana, and transforms them into an undead. So that's going to count for things like CC, right? While undead, they take 100% increased holy damage, 80% reduced healing, gain immunity to fear, sleep, and charm, and they have a chance when they deal damage to do additional shadow damage and enrage nearby allies for a short time, increasing their melee range and spell haste by a small amount. Let's see. Okay, so I'm already undead, but it turns you into a Forsaken, except you can see up here I have the debuff, and I do count as undead right now and not a humanoid. So that's very interesting. And it gives Necromancers a way to res people. So even if you're a Tauren, you're going to turn out to be a Forsaken. If that spell gets used on you. So yeah, that's pretty sick. I like it. And we have it ourselves now, so we can also be using it on people. You can see the buff, Necrotic Rage, 5% melee range and spell haste just for playing my class. So what's weird about this is it seems like you're going to want somebody to die at the beginning of every encounter just so you can turn them into an undead version of themselves. And then as a direct result of that, get a free haste buff for your whole party and extra damage for that guy. So I guess the thing to do, because it is a party-wide buff, so it doesn't really matter in terms of, you know, the buff itself. What matters is who's going to get the most benefit from the extra shadow damage. It's going to be a class, I guess, that can spam the most abilities in quick succession. So that's important to keep in mind as well. I also can't wait to use this in PvP. So one thing the other Necromancer in the party reminded me is that, remember, you take 80% reduced healing in this form. So even though it's quite good, it needs to be on a player who is not going to be taking a lot of damage. You know, if you're the kind of person that's constantly running into the fire in PvE encounters, this is not going to be great, even if you typically would be first place in DPS, because you're going to be really, really straining your healer. And it's especially bad for the tank, right? You just don't want to put 80% reduced healing on a tank. Still good for PvP, especially Arena, in a world where you're not expecting the match to last longer than maybe 20 or 30 seconds, right? I think there's a lot of utility here, and I really think it's a good spell. It's actually even better on the Necromancer if you can get it on yourself. You can't obviously do this to yourself, but if another Necro can do this to you, it's solid because you naturally have a lot of self-healing, which is kind of sorta counterbalancing the fact that you take reduced healing because you're always healing yourself. And a lot of the times that healing is overhealing, and so in this case, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be significant to some varying degree, right? I mean, between Feed so far and Harvesting Plague, in PvE and questing, I'm basically unkillable. That's not even to mention summoning my guys, right? To help me, my undead minions and army. Freaking witch doctor keeps pooping on the ground, man. I don't get it. Look at my health, man, and I'm regenning so slow. The healer's like, there's literally nothing I can do. There's no way I'm healing with that debuff. Okay, I'm gonna trick this guy. I'm gonna lure him into a trap that says, I will make you uber powerful. In reality, I'm going to give him 80% reduced healing. Yeah, there's some buffs, but for solo play, this could suck. Come to me, Frozen. Let me lead you to your doom. In order to become uber powerful, you need to die. This is not a trick. Die to these chickens, my friend. Honestly, these Planestriders are some of the most annoying things in World of Warcraft. Why do they have to give you a 36% chance to miss? Like, why? Okay, Frozen, this is it. Your destiny as a Necromancer. Are you ready? Let's do it! Come to the Scourge! There we go! We have another Scourge, bro! Dude, you don't lose this until you die. We could just be perma-Scourge, kept up by Necromancers. That's so sick. Welcome. Welcome to the Scourge, my friend. Freed from the Lich King for what? Because we're both Forsaken and we just go to the Scourge easy. Like instant, we're both Necromancers. Such betrayers, but the Forsaken are not an honest bunch, I would say. Okay, let's keep on leveling, right? Ghoulify? That's so good. Oh, he gave me a speed boost. Warcry. Attack speed and movement speed increased. There we go. Okay, this other Necromancer on the opposite team just confirmed that you actually do get an ability as a Necromancer that lets you command all of your guys to attack one target later on. That would make a lot of sense. That's also what I said needed to be in the game, I think in my last video, if not in this one. So that's good, and I have high hopes for it. I don't know if I'm going to get it by level 30. I guess we'll have to find out. All right, here's my A-bomb. He just ran off and attacked that dude's Skellies. Yeah, that's not... Oh, there we go! Get wrecked! And then he goes back on the Skelly. Come on, dude. Yeah, you definitely need... I have pet attack, once again, bound on my stuff, right? So that doesn't work. I'm just gonna have to wait for that ability, I guess. Jesus. That is an ability right there. That makes me want to try Barbarian. There's a huge Diablo feel to this, right? Which I can really appreciate. Diablo's only downside was the format that the game was created in, the genre, right? It would have made such a good, like, MMO. That's just my opinion. Diablo's still obviously an awesome game. Diablo 2, sometimes during Diablo 3, really good game. Look, I can just keep her CC'd as a ghoul. That has to suck, because this person's OP. I mean, it doesn't last forever. Neither does Polly. She's immune right now, actually. Okay, my A-bomb's just not playing. There we go, he's playing now. It just doesn't matter. This dude's damage is so good. Look at that, 472 crit! Oh my god! Did it overkill? It overkilled by 312. Dude, that's carnage, man. That's good. I'm really curious what a Stormbringer does. So here's a level 25 Lightning Orb. Wow, that damage is crazy. Call Lightning? Dude! This damage is absurd! What is Invigorating Surge? He's healing me. Wow. That's like Resurging Mists or something like that Resto monks have. I'm having him link his ability so I can see what's going on. You know, Stormbringer, Pyromancer, these are classes that are actually very hard to flesh out. That's why it's fascinating that they've done such a good job. Alright, Arm of Thorum. A terrible bolt of lightning erupts from your hand, striking an enemy for nature damage. Okay, so it's like Chain Lightning, but fast. 40-second cooldown. Body of Lightning. You become charged with lightning, constantly firing electric tendrils. That was happening to me for sure. While this effect is active, you regenerate 2% max mana every 2 seconds. 10-second duration, 45-second cooldown. That's pretty cool. Call Lightning seems to be his normal ability, and he generates static. Interesting. That's his resource. All right, Conjure Storm. You create a storm over a target area, dealing 32 to 39 initial nature damage to enemies and a further 15 to 20 every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. So that's like the Centaur Girl. All right, Mystic Thunder. Strikes an enemy with an otherworldly thunderbolt, instantly dealing 76 to 121 arcane damage and interrupting spellcasting. Hey, first interrupt I've seen, but this reduces your static by 20. Interesting. Okay, we're also looking at Thunder Strike. That seems to be another basic ability that's just going to build static. Wind Guard. Okay, I remember seeing this. Increases an ally's magic resistance by 12 to 13. I thought that was the Ranger thing, but I guess this is actually a Stormbringer thing. And Summon Lightning Orb. Conjures a Lightning Orb lasting 20 seconds or until killed. Lightning Orb shock nearby enemies with electricity, and it does a lot of damage, dealing, nature damage. Really, really good. Lastly, the heal we saw is Invigorating Surge. Heals the target for 25 to 36 every second for 5 seconds. The target also gains 25% increased dodge chance for the duration of the effect. Oh my god! Alright, Stormbringer is definitely on the menu, boys. That's a freaking awesome looking class. Okay, guys, I'm running an SFK, and I've got 2 people in my party that I've converted to the Scourge. I've got PT, another Necromancer who doesn't have the spell yet, because you get it at 22. And I've also got Orgrimmar. He was my first convert to the Scourge. And you can see they both have the debuff, and it's just awesome. But we just hit level 25, and that's a brand new ability, Unholy Fortitude. Empowers your party with dark power, increasing their armor by 8% and intellect by 10%. For 30 minutes. So it's just another buff. I'm chock full of buffs, dude. Unholy Fortitude and Razor Ice. Jeez. I think my next ability is at 28, and then I've heard that some classes are also getting abilities at 30, so we're gonna have to level all the way to 30 to see what we get. Do keep in mind, guys, at the end of the video, I will give my final determination on the Necromancer in Alpha right now, you know, kind of like a first impressions as one of the few people that's actually leveled it all the way to max in the Alpha, and then we'll be moving on to another class in the next video. Look! Okay, so this Krogosh guy figured out, and he figured it out with me. So you know what? I'm going to take about 10% of the credit there for existing and being the one that he did it on. But he figured out that if you use the, what they call Cox, or the Knight of Zoroth's pull ability, and their CC ability, which for them makes the target immune and invulnerable but incapable of attacking, that you can actually freeze people in midair. And if you pull them off a mountain like this, you can freeze them very high up. And I just think that's awesome. It's all the little things, right, that people are trying to figure out right now. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, a Monk's 100 Fist Strike. OP! Okay, guys, we're level 30. This is what we got. Heart Chill. Instant cast reduces healing done to an enemy target by 90% for 8 seconds. Talk about a debuff. Okay, let's just use it on this guy. It's instant cast, and he just has a disease, Heart Chill. That is intense. Now, one thing I want to show you guys right now is that they actually did buff Chill Touch. You can see it has a 1.4 second cast time. Well, he just increased it with Flames of Zoroth. But yeah, 1.4 seconds. That definitely changes my opinion on the runic power change a little bit. Although I do think it still needs more runic power, the Necromancer class. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the Necromancer. And what I would like to do now is go ahead and give you my final thoughts. So these are my Necromancer final thoughts in the alpha right now. now. Okay guys, so I found myself sort of rushing to 30 towards the end because I was no longer having that much fun in PvP or dungeons outside of gimmicks like mass Skelly armies or the A-bomb actually attacking the target that I wanted it to attack. So again, this had nothing to do with the general playstyle of the Necro, but more to do with the tuning and low damage that I had compared to other classes like, let's say, Starcaller, Barbarian, Guardian, or even Reaper. So the playstyle is good, the tuning for the damage is just too low. The Necromancer 100% fulfills the class fantasy that people would expect from a World of Warcraft Necro in a way that other games, like let's say ESO for example, or just the Elder Scrolls series in general, in my opinion, just didn't quite hit the nail on the head for, right? It just wasn't quite right because it's never as much about summoning undead as it is about, you know, putting a bone shield on you or, you know, having like a hunter pet but it happens to be dead. Like a Death Knight, like how is that really a Death Knight? It's a Frost and Blood Knight, sure, but it's not quite a Death Knight to me, not even Unholy. And this Necro is spammy. You spam a bunch of guys, you summon big armies, and honestly, he just reminds me of the Lich King himself. However, at these lower levels with the removal of Scarab Swarm that we saw in video 1 and addition of Chilled Touch, I noticed that my runic power regeneration was simply way too low to have any fun with. I personally recommend tuning the runic power generation by possibly putting smaller values on the dots available to the class. So maybe, you know, every time the dot procs, you get maybe even just 1 or even 2 runic power. It will all add up. It'll fill in some awkward spots for you as well. This way, Necros can cast their spells more efficiently and still maintain an army of the dead instead of choosing between the two. I will also say there's either a bug or hidden passives that I couldn't find for some reason, where I was just randomly getting large amounts of runic power for no reason. Admittedly, it felt good, and I hope they add some more passives and integrate some form of talent system at some point so I can, you know, get stuff like that. But I don't think it was supposed to be there, so that's just a pretty major bug, right? Another thing I would do, since the Ascension team is playing a more, let's say, League of Legends, like I said, approach to their ability design, which again is inherently more complex and nuanced than something like base WoW is to add a small slow to the ability Icy Touch. Remember, that's my 1.82 second cast time that builds runic power. I would put something like a 20% slow on it. This low of a value is not often seen in base WoW, as they tend to stick to more extremes, like the 50 to 70% range, but sometimes it's the little things that matter, guys, okay? And this would add some flavor to the Frost spells, because not a lot of them have a slow effect. Actually, none of them so far have a slow effect, but it's also going to make using such a crazy long cast time in PvP as my only way to generate runic power, remember that, feel more rewarding, and I think anything that can make you feel more rewarded for what you do is good. All right, let's do the giveaway from the last video. Get the YouTube comments from the Necromancer video. Holy crap, that's a lot. Oh my god. 812? Oh wow, that's a record for me, I think. Alright, let's see who wins. Getting a chest on the LR server if he gave me an in-game name. Zutanet Network. Digging the Tinker so far. Excited to see if I could do a Total Explosives Rambo build with it. Well, if you decide to do that, make sure to give me your name. I will go ahead and message you on YouTube now, so all you have to do is respond to me, and I'll send you a chest, man. Now, if you would like to win a chest on the LR, that's the random draft server for Ascension, the main server, all you need to do is leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what class you are most excited about seeing from Conquest of Azeroth. That's it. But okay, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. We're finishing up the Necromancer. We're done. 30 is the max level in the alpha right now, and we're moving on to a new class for the next video. I already have a class in mind, and we should go all the way to 30 in that video and show you everything about it. So I hope you guys enjoy and are excited to see more classes. But like I said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Mcdoubles out.